We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
For 2 days, the 5 o'clock hour is hot on Fit FM 96.7, www.fitfmja.com. Your life, your music with Lady D, Denise Gomez, Inside the Zone. Catch me on Monday at 5 p.m. for the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And on Friday, yes, at 5 p.m. for Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. From abroad to yard, Trelawney, me love on you.
Cooler Runnings Restaurant would like to introduce you to our brand new vegetarian grill and juice bar called Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, located at 1785 Nerid Avenue at the corner of Nerid and Wickham Avenues in the Bronx, across from the original Cooler Runnings Restaurant. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. We specialize in the best authentic vegetarian dishes, which contain no animal byproducts. Our menu includes Ito stew, tofu, veggie chunks, and our exclusive in-house vegetarian patties. For our full menu, you can visit our website at crvgbronx.com, or you can give us a call at 929-265-3392. We are also available on Uber Eats for your convenience. Stop by, and remember, at Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, customer service is our #1 priority.
Let's see what's going on. I believe you can hear me, 'cause I want to be heard. Monday. Hey everybody, I'm certain you had a fantastic weekend. And you're having a fantastic day. Today being Monday and all. After all, what can I say? I would not be here without you keeping my company. You know, I know Mondays are challenging for many of you. But, you know, look at it this way. As we say, another day, another dollar. So consider it that you have something to look forward to. Your wage, W-A-G-E, your salary. So you work, you get paid. How are you all doing? I'm Lady D, you know, Lady D Denise Gomez, the Jamaican lady with the Spanish last name, and presenter and producer of Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. The Monday Drive, that's what's happening today, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. It's back to kickstart your evening. Special thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, for sponsoring the show. Have you been lately? I've been asking you nicely to hop on over to Cooler Runnings. Did you know that Julia was airing the Cooler Runnings ad for some time on her station in Jamaica? Just in case you're in Trelawney and you want to come up to New York and you're in the Bronx. Yes, she aired it. Cooler Runnings Restaurant. I invite you to call them, man, and place your order. 718-324-7484. That's 718-324-7484. Today's show is streaming on Inside the Zone. That's the acronym ITZ. On the YouTube channel, that's my YouTube channel for Inside the Zone. And I'm broadcasting on Linkage Radio, www.linkageradio.com. Download Linkage Radio on the App Store. You can also catch us on Echo Box, Samsung TV, Roku TV, Fire TV, Alexa, Amazon Skills, all on your smart devices. And so I'm inviting you to tune in for the ultimate radio experience as we simulcast on www.caribbeanvibesradio.com and Fit FM 96.7, www.fitfmja.com. Your life, your music. ITZ's aired on Fit 96.7 Mondays and Fridays, 5 to 7 in Western and Central Jamaica. Perhaps you didn't know that Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, life and health insurance, wealth management, and food insecurity. The show is aired Mondays 5 to 7 p.m. and Thursdays 6 to 8 p.m. Oh boy, I'm so glad you're here. I couldn't come here and deal with this on my own. I'd feel like a fish out of water. Yes, man. So wherever you are, I welcome you to the show. Spread the news, the good news that Inside the Zone is on. Today's features are the Monday Beat, Chasing the Monday Blues, out of here with great music, community and immigration update with attorney Antoinette Osborne, host of Legally Speaking. Today's topic, how to keep assets in a divorce. You may contact her office at 718-502-9137. 718-502-9137. Call her up and let her know, hey, I hear Lady D every Monday airing your live podcast. How can you help me? Tell her your story. Then we have a Jamaica thing, you know, food sweets. Yes, what are we doing today? Something. Keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts comes up at 6. Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. And I'll be airing an interview that was done with Erwin Clare, the CEO of Jamaica Bickle, while they were at the Pen Relays on April 27th. So Wadea, 5:34 p.m., 914-297-8911, 914-297-8911. The telephone number to contact me here at the Linkage Radio Station, 914-297. Spread the word, man. Things are happen. And this month, I have interviews lined up with some brilliant children for Child Month. You know it's Child Month, right? So, yes, we're going to be doing all of that and so much more. And still enjoying the JCDC finales, I tell you. It's been good. So welcome. My name is Lady D Denise Gomez. Tell me your name now by calling me 914-297-8911. Let's kick the Monday beat off.
The whispers in the morning of lovers sleeping tight, all rolling like the thunder now. As I look in your eyes, I hold on to your body and feel each move you make. Your voice is warm and tender, a love that I could not forsake. 'Cause you are my lady, I am your man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll do all that I can. Lost is how I'm feeling, lying in your arms, when the world outside's too much to take. That's all ends when I'm with you, even though there may be time it seems I'm far away. Never wonder where I am, 'cause I am always by your side. You are my lady, I am your man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll do all that I can. We're heading for something, somewhere I've never been. At times I am fighting, but I'm ready to learn for the power of love. The sound of your heart beating, you feel it, you move, you make. There's a feeling that I can't hold on, it's a light years away. Ooh, you are my lady, Times I am frightened, but I'm ready to learn for the power of love. Ooh, the power.
I'd like to welcome you to the Monday Beat, Chasing the Monday Blues, out of here with great music. My name is Lady D. Denise Gomez. More music for you. It's my Gents Music Monday. That's what it is. Hi to, I'm seeing someone I don't know, NYC Jamaica Day Parade. Hello to you. I take your advice. Give me a moment. Welcome, everyone. It's the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station 24/7, 365 days for the year. That's what I'm talking about on a Monday. The Monday Beat, Chasing the Monday Blues, out of here with great music. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining me, thank you for joining me. And for those of you who are on my YouTube channel, please share the link with someone and invite them to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please do. Are you celebrating your birthday today? I'd like to welcome you and say happy birthday to you. I'm not going to sing today, but I'm going to say happy birthday to you wherever you are. If it's your wedding anniversary, happy anniversary to you. And the baby was born somewhere in the world today. We welcome life, don't we? Yes, everybody's happy, baby's born and all that good stuff. So welcome to you. It's now time for Community and Immigration Update with attorney Antoinette Osborne. How to keep assets in a divorce. Do you know, just in case you have to go through that, which many people don't want to experience, but it happens anyway. So I'd like to welcome you to the feature. It's brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Good afternoon, everyone.
Most of you, I don't want you to get so complacent in your marriage that you take things for granted. And what I'm finding is because you never know when things are going to go awry in your marriage. And one thing you have to realize is, I always say, the angel at the altar is completely different from the devil you will face in the courtroom. And what I find is, your spouse is supposed to be your greatest confidant. However, in a divorce proceedings, you are now adversarial. You're sitting across from your enemy. And I'm going to show how a loving relationship, getting into the marriage where it falls apart if you are not careful in how you are acquiring your assets, and if you are not, I'll call it watchful, as to your spouse acquiring their assets, then what I'm going to let you know is that for years to come, you are going to be in a scenario where there are going to be a lot of regrets. And I find if you are, I don't want you to get so complacent in your marriage that when you are in fact acquiring assets, you do not put the source of the funds that was used to acquire the assets. So for example, let's say if you were able to meet into an accident and you were rewarded, excuse me 1 second, you were in fact rewarded with a personal injury settlement. I'm going to encourage anyone who gets an inheritance, if you get a personal injury award, or if it is that you received a gift during your marriage, do not mix that with your marital funds. Go and open a separate bank account, and I'm going to encourage you, open a separate bank account, deposit that money. The reason being is, where you fail to prove where your source of the funds came from, these are funds where, God forbid, if you later engage in a divorce proceedings, what this does for you is that if you can show the deposit, the source of the deposit, the check that you got from your attorney when you unfortunately had an accident or some injury, if you can show that I have a copy of the check, this check was taken to the bank, here is the bank statement where I opened the account, and when I was purchasing the house, I have the check that I used from that specific account to deposit on the house. What this does for you in a divorce proceedings is, from the top, you get this money. So let's say that you had an accident and you got $50,000, and you took that $50,000 check and you went ahead and you opened your bank account. And in opening that bank account, later on, you decided that you're going to use some of that monies and you're going to put it on a home that you're buying with your spouse. I'm going to show you how you get credits. So, you use this funds to deposit on a house. Later on, the marriage does not work out. It is the intention that when you get married, that it is going to last forever. However, we're not clairvoyants, we're no fortune teller, so we don't know if it's going to work out. So just in case, and this is how you have to protect yourself, because this is where funds that you would have been able to keep, I think it would be very unwise of someone if they received that personal interest settlement and then they went ahead and opened a joint account. You have to realize the joint account, you're giving the other owner 50% interest in your monies. So if that person was supposed to go to the bank and wipe out all that monies, the bank is not able to stop them because they are a legal holder on the account. So, God forbid that you met into an accident, go ahead and open a new account and put those funds in. It is the same as if you are supposed to get an inheritance. Go ahead and open a completely new account and put that money in. It's also the same as if you got a gift, because some parents divide up the monies prior to death, right? They're not going to wait until they pass to chop up the monies. So they're willing now, whilst they're alive, to share the monies to give this child X, that child Y. Don't deposit that in a joint account. I am not. If you want this fund to remain separate, do not deposit that money in a joint account. So let's say you got a 50,000 settlement, you open your bank account, you put the 50,000, you keep a copy of the check that you got that personal injury award. You keep the opening statement, proof of that deposit into a new bank account. When you are looking to acquire a house with your spouse, you go ahead and from that bank account that you deposited your separate monies, you write the deposit check of $30,000. So once you are able to trace these proceeds, what happens is that in your divorce proceedings, when that house gets sold, you get that 30,000 off the top. So, good morning for those of you who are in fact just joining us. I'm just trying to give pointers to protect your assets. So in the future, God forbid, you end up in a divorce, you can justly get back monies that are deemed separate property in a divorce proceedings. So good morning, Yellow. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Stephanie. And good morning, Matt. It is sad where people have worked and they have put aside monies, and because I don't care what you know, it doesn't work out to what you know. In essence, it works out to what you can prove. And this is where I'll have clients who say, well, Antoinette, I had 20,000 before the marriage and I used that money and I placed that on the house. Why is it that I'm not getting that back? Okay, so this is where you have to now come and show me that in your account prior to marriage, you had that $20,000 And it is that same account that had that balance. But what happened to people who are, and this is what really breaks my heart, where you have people who have been married for 30 years, 20-something years, and they now are divorcing. They don't have these documents. Let's get real. They don't. They don't have these documents. They can't prove it. And unfortunately, this is where they end up losing monies that they could have walked away with, and they have to share it with their spouse in a divorce proceedings. And it's tough, right? But lack of knowledge is a thing that affects our community. And I'll tell you this, you may enter into a marriage where, unknown to you, your spouse has an agenda. And in that agenda, it is a take. And I'm going to encourage anyone, if you are in a marriage and you are the only person doing, where you are the only person that is economically viable, and you are the person that's paying all the bills, and men take on this role and women take on this role, I'm going to encourage you. Let your spouse, you're rising, let your spouse rise with you. When you are the breadwinner in a marriage, in the event of a divorce proceedings, you are looking at maintenance, because you're subject to paying this. You are also looking at, other than maintenance, you're also looking at, for long-term marriages, you're coming out 50-50. And that's just the reality, right? I've had clients where they are the ones who are the most economically viable. And sometimes I have to let them know it's cheaper to keep her. And that's just your reality. You end up in a divorce proceedings, it's not going to bode well for you. Yeah? If you are in a marriage and you're contributing to your retirement assets are marital. So if it is that you are contributing to your retirement, try and encourage your spouse that they also contribute to their retirement. Because when your retirements are on the same level financially, right? You both basically have the same amount of money, then it's a wash. But where it is that you're the person who has been the only one really contributing, and your spouse was enjoying their monies, then presumption is that money was being spent in the house. And oftentimes things happen years ago. You are not able to prove that this money was possibly wasted at the gambling house. So guess what? Because you can't prove this, then you can't even claim waste in your marriage, right? So that you can recoup some of that loss. And it's a judge's position that they're not going to look back into the dealings of your marriage, where if it was such a problem, you should have filed divorce proceedings. And this is where people get angry in a divorce, where they know that their spouse wasted the monies, but they just can't prove it. And now it is, you get stuck in a situation where half of your pension is going. And had that person contributed to their pension, probably would have been a wash. And this is where you have to really be vigilant in your marriage. And I had a lady come to me, they've been married for years. And this is a concept, to me, your second wife. If it is you are living here and your spouse is living back home, you are second wife. I don't care what your marriage certificate says. I don't know how you run in a household where you're living separately. There is no way. It is just impossible to me. It is clear that obviously your spouse has to be engaging with someone who is the real wife, so you're just the wife on paper. And that is the position that some people have lived with for years, and they're fine with it. Yeah? If you're fine with it, then great. But here it is, this lady's married. She's married for over, I think, 30 years. And the man has not contributed much. And everything the man has, he had before the marriage. And everything she has was acquired during the marriage. So for her to get a divorce, guess what's going to happen? His assets are separate. He had them before the marriage. Everything that she has was acquired during the marriage. So you know what's going to happen? If she gets divorced, he keeps his assets, and now he gets half of her retirement, half of the house, where she's not going to be able to afford a mortgage now. The woman is in high 60s. So we don't know how long we're going to live for. Imagine at 70 something, 80 something, for her to even qualify, get the refinance at these interest rates to buy him out. That's unrealistic. She's not going to make it. And I said to her, okay, there's a child in the home. What does he do? When you look at the child's income, there is no way he's going to be able to join with her so she can buy this man out. So he's going to come like a thunderstorm, roll up and take half of her assets, and he keeps his. Guess why? He had it before the marriage. Yeah? So these are the things that you have to take into consideration. And it's the same, I've had men who come into the office, they are the breadwinners. The wife didn't really want to work much. I have had cases where when the husband realizes that this is the division
Well,
of the assets,
a word to the
and
wise.
and what
Yes,
you don't
that's
have to
Miss
understand that for
Antoinette
young girls who like to take
Osborne
up
for you
married
on
men, I'm gonna
Legally
encourage
Speaking.
you
I
against
posted
that.
her contact
The
information in
reason why
the
a lot
YouTube
of
channel,
them will not
and I
leave
would
their
like to share it
spouse,
with those of
and
you
you'll
who are
get the
listening
story
online. That is
that they're going to, but you're not seeing
718-502-9137,
it happening,
718
is economically they
502
cannot afford to
9137.
leave
Legally
her.
Speaking with
They're
attorney
subject to, and
Antoinette
some people have
Osborne. Very
accumulated a substantial amount of
practical
monies in their retirement.
explanation she
So
gives in
they're gonna
her
look.
presentations, and please support her. She has, literally said, go ahead, you can play my videos. And I want to thank DL, because DL, has been very helpful to me. So DL, you know me, I'm not going to just forget. So thank you. But she really does a good job at explaining about immigration matters and other legal ramifications that people find themselves in. Welcome to the show. It is the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings. Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. I invite you to support my sponsors, please. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Welcome back. Our telephone number is 914-297-8911, 914-297-8911. It's my Jen's Music Monday. However, it's now time for keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. It is 4 minutes after 6 o'clock. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We start off with news here in the United States. In the hush money trial against the former president, prosecutors called two witnesses Monday who worked in accounting in the Trump Organization, Jeffrey McConney, a former Trump Org controller, and Deborah Tarasoff, an accounts payable supervisor. McConney walked the jury through the paper trail that showed how executives organized and paid back Michael Cohen for the money he sent to Stormy Daniels' attorney. This is important because at the heart of the trial, the falsification of business records are the payments to Cohen, which were listed as retainer fees. Tarasoff described in more detail how checks were paid at the organization and when Trump's approval was needed for payments. Here's what happened in court today. Jeffrey McConaughey testified that he had a conversation with Alan Weisberg, former chief financial officer of the Trump Org, about a need to reimburse Cohen. McConaughey then showed jurors 12 checks each for $35,000 that were paid to Cohen in 2017. Cohen sent invoices for those checks and asked that the payments be listed as a part of a retainer agreement. As previous testimony in the trial revealed, there was no actual retainer for Cohen. McConney also explained to the jury when Cohen was paid $420,000 in all and how each check was cut, first from Trump's revocable trust and then from his personal account. The jury also saw business records relating to the payment to Cohen that are tied to several of the 34 falsifying business records charges against Trump. The records show how several rows and columns are organized to record the payments. On cross-examination, Trump attorney M.L. Bove questioned McConney about the knowledge of Trump's role in these payments, and I quote, "President Trump did not ask you to do any of the things you described," end quote. Bove asked, "He did not." McConney testified. He said he was told to do this work by Weisselberg. McConney also said he did not know if Cohen did legal work for Trump in 2017. A U.S. soldier has been detained in Russia on charges of criminal misconduct, the U.S. Army said on Monday. That country's latest high-profile detention of an American. A U.S. official speaking on condition of anonymity said the soldier had been based in South Korea. Another U.S. official said the soldier was accused of stealing from a woman. The Army did not offer details on the charges, citing the sensitivity of the matter. It said Moscow notified the U.S. Department of the Soldiers' criminal detention in accordance with the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. Quote, on May 2nd, 2024, Russian authorities in Vladivostok, Russia, detained an American soldier on charges of criminal misconduct, end quote, the Army said. The soldier's arrest was first reported by NBC News. Russia's embassy in Washington did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The Russian daily Izvestia, quoting an unnamed source, said the South Korea-based Army sergeant met a woman from Russia's far eastern part of Vladivostok on the internet. Izvestia said the couple lived together for a time, but he beat her and stole 200,000 rubles, $200,000 from her. President Joe Biden's administration has been lobbying Moscow to release multiple Americans, including Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gershkovich. And in our Jamaican news, the 253 foreigners who arrived in Jamaica on Thursday but were refused entry by immigration officials based on security concerns are scheduled to depart the island in short order. According to a news release from the Ministry of National Security on Monday, arrangements are in place to supervise the departure of the... I do apologize for that. Okay, I'll continue with the news. According to a news release from the Ministry of National Security on Monday, arrangements are in place to supervise the departure of the German-registered aircraft USC GmbH. The ministry noted that despite arriving on the island legally and having received the requisite approvals for operation from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, the passengers, who are reportedly Indians, were refused entry by immigration officials based on security concerns uncovered during their processing at the airport. It was uncovered that upon landing in Jamaica, 2 passengers were on the flight that did not appear on the submitted passenger manifest. This reportedly prompted further investigations by the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA, in collaboration with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. PICA reportedly later shared that based on enhanced checks, the decision was taken... I apologize for that. All right, stay with me. I am... Okay. Let's see, I do apologize for that. I'm having some challenges here, some pop-ups that are not doing me any good. However, I'll continue with another headline. Also out of Jamaica. A man who was wanted by the police for allegedly raping a teenager on her birthday 3 years ago was shot and killed at his pre-birthday party in Truro District, Westmoreland on Friday night. Leon Anglin, 33, also known as Rusty and Chin, a resident of Truro, was slated to celebrate his 34th birthday tomorrow, but had decided to host a pre-birthday event. Anglin and his friends were reportedly having a good time when 2 men rode up on a motorcycle. One of the men reportedly alighted from the motorcycle and began walking in the direction of Anglin. The man suddenly pulled a firearm from his waistband and opened fire, hitting Anglin and another man multiple times. The shooter then jumped back on the motorcycle, which sped away. A police team which responded to the shooting transported the 2 injured men to the hospital, where Anglin was pronounced dead. The other man was admitted in serious condition. In the October 2021 incident in which Anglin was implicated, a female student was reportedly on her way home from a surprise birthday party, which her friends had staged for her. She was allegedly accosted by Anglin, who tried to coax her into having sex with him, but she refused. He reportedly dragged her behind a building and raped her. The matter was reported to the police, but before Anglin could be caught, the teenager, who was badly traumatized by the incident, was removed from the community by her family. She was later sent overseas, where she's said to be completing her education. And finally, and keeping you in the know, a St. Catherine taxi operator narrowly escaped death after an armed passenger opened fire at him during a commute in the parish on Friday. According to police reports, the driver was traveling on Young Street in Spanish Town when a passenger reportedly removed a firearm from his waistband and opened fire, hitting him in the neck. Reports are that the injured cabbie managed to drive the motor car into a barrier, which subsequently ejected the gunman from the vehicle. He then drove himself to the hospital. He was treated and admitted in serious but stable condition. The gunman reportedly fled on foot in the area. The police were summoned and the motor car was inspected. One Smith & Wesson magazine containing 8.40 cartridges reportedly found on the floor behind the driver's seat. Investigations continue. 14 minutes after 6 o'clock, keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. And our final headline, I do apologize, out of Bamboo in St. Anne. The bleak weather added to the thick cloud of grief that hung over the community of Bamboo, St. Anne on Thursday, as residents struggled to understand why an elderly woman many saw as a community matriarch was tied up at her house set ablaze. 80-year-old Sylvia Mispunsi Barrett, a farmer and vendor from Spring Garden, was found dead at her home on Wednesday morning. According to the police, one of her relatives saw fire coming from a section of the dwelling and raised an alarm. The brigade was alerted. Police said Barrett's relatives and neighbors worked to extinguish the blaze before firefighters arrived to perform cooling down operations. Barrett's partially nude body was found in the rubble. Her hands and feet were bound and appeared I do apologize. Barrett's partially nude body was found in the rubble. Her hands and feet were bound and appeared to have small burn marks. Her neighbors are outraged. Quote, "This is slackness. This worse than slackness. As a matter of fact, how you go murder a 80-year-old woman? What can she do to hurt you? This is horrible and disgraceful. How you can treat a human being like that?" End quote, said a woman who identified herself as Evelyn Seething. Barrett would have celebrated her 81st birthday in July. Quote, "Our elders don't get celebrated enough for how they build our community. And I was thinking we need to start. And the first person come to mind was Miss Punsi," end quote, said one man who asked not to be identified by the name. Quote, "She a nice lady, me I tell you. To hear this news, it really awful. It shows we have to celebrate people while them here," end quote. Kennedy, another resident, is hoping the police investigation that is now underway will lead to swift apprehension of the killer. Quote, "May I beg the police to find anybody who do this and bring them to justice. Them can't get away with this. Trust me, this is unheard of. This cannot and must not go unpunished. May I beg the new commissioner, sir, please put this one on the radar. Send all your troops for this one. Sir, may I beg you, the whole Bamboo begging you," end quote, he pleaded. That's a wrap for keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. It's 17 minutes after 6 o'clock. You may give me a call at 914-297-8911. Are there headlines that have impacted you from what I presented today, or do you know of a headline that I missed? My name is Lady D. Denise Gomez, and I'm saying, hey, I am right here. Please give me a call, 914-297-8911. Abdullah, it's great seeing you. How are you, Abdullah? Hey, Eval, howdy. NYC Jamaica Grand Parade, Mr. Gentleman, how are you? In a divorce, the angel at the altar is different from the devil in the courthouse. Naturally so, sir. I'm inviting you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Inside the Zone with Lady D. And those of you who are watching, please share the link with at least 5 people. Invite them to come join us here on the platform Inside the Zone. If you'd like to call and discuss the headlines with me, I'm right here, ready and waiting. Howdy do?
Hello, Lady D.
Well, I tell you, my girl, early, that's how I like it.
Yes,
Madam
because
Hortense,
this
how was
thing-
your weekend? Don't stress yet. How was your weekend? How was your weekend, my dear?
Okay, it was okay, Lady D. Thank God.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're here with
Yes.
me.
It's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Lady D, after other day, I hear about this lady, a bamboo, St. Anne.
Yes.
Tie her up. Tie her
Wickedness.
up. Eh?
Wicked,
Wickedness.
wicked. And then
Tie
they
up
found her
them and her
partially
them.
nude. So
80 years old.
her body was partially nude.
Mhm.
Yes, so that means, they must have molested her or something. I mean, the news don't say that,
That-
so, I don't want to, but hey, that's the only thing I can think
But
of.
It's a nude. If you say her body partially nude, they interfere with her. Oh, God Almighty. What is this? Your grandmama,
They're wicked,
80-year-old woman,
wicked.
she's a farmer.
Wicked.
Jesus Christ. Me tell you, man, me tell you.
Wicked,
I don't
Hortense,
run
wicked.
The people, them, the bamboo people, them a big, the new commission. Send out the whole of the truth to that person. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't blame them.
It's bad.
Yeah, man.
Hold your thought one moment. I welcome my second caller to Keeping You in the Know. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm just calling to say, why do we get so much bad news from Jamaica? It's way too much.
Well, it's what's happening, and headlines have to be, unfortunately, sensational. It's the things that happen. When I'm looking for news, believe me,
Well, the point is, every day I turn on the radio station, RJR. All I get is bad news.
I
Just
know.
all bad news. Too much of it.
we wish we weren't getting the bad news. We really do. If I pull up something other than, what's there, it's not that nobody will engage me in conversation, but I know that there are a lot of people here who they are not as connected as we would think. So you have to present it anyway. But I share your sentiment. It sounds bad. It is bad.
Okay.
You're doing well, MS?
So far, so good. So far.
Okay, great. Same
Good.
here. Thank
Good.
you.
Okay.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Yes, Hortense.
Yes, oh God, me I tell you. You see all the kids, all that the one they know.
Yes,
the
ma'am.
citizens will not catch him. Anyhow, the citizens then catch him. It's all the man will say, our birthday will be in July.
And she
Oh,
would be
God,
81.
that's grace.
She would have been she would have been 81. Yes.
Yes, and she's a farmer and a vendor and there's some there. I rob and do that to her. Them
Yes.
wicked man, them wicked. Anytime the man when the new commission send it to a whole army for them. That person, yes. Saying went down to Westmoreland Friday, gone. He was at the school, the high school, and talking to the children them about nobody come and take them to
yes.
Yanga and the
Yes.
Yes.
They've been moving
And
around.
not leaving out.
Dr. Blake.
I tried that to do.
Yes. He's
But
moving
in a
around and
clear-
sensitizing.
Don't sit down with
Yes.
Don't sit down in a
Sensitizing them.
necktie and jacket in a office and then police will report to you. Here you put, come out there too. I go see what go on there in the area,
Yes.
in the country. I want to go down to this bamboo, down a bamboo you have sent on to.
But I
the
notice
people, them.
it has been very hot in St. Anne in recent times. Yes.
Recent time, yes, look what they shoot all the policemen down there.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, and the
it's
next
rough.
one was what?
Which one? Because I noticed something was interfering with my pages, so something popped
Yes.
up, and I wasn't able to conclude that headline. Which of them? Because I'd have to go back in and find it.
The Donald Trump one hit with
Yes. With Stormy and everybody.
how much money and liar and this and that, how much money in pay, how much he check jar.
So now they're
Yes,
tracking
ma'am.
everything. They're tracking everything. We do have a second caller. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know.
Queen,
Sir, it's been ages, King. How do you do?
I know that you become a big woman these days, and you have a lot of things to do.
Yes, I'm quite busy, but I'm spending time with you and Hortense.
Yes. Queen, we can always sit enough. When we see these things happen to people at a certain age, we can say, oh God, the people wicked. But I always, when I hear people get emotional, I always say, beware when your sins find you out.
You think
They have
that...
a saying from Jamaica, say long run, short catch. And I witness, even I have an experience last week with a person. And I say to myself, I say to one of my coworkers, you see how these people treat people? Just imagine when this individual retire and move to a gated community in Florida, and someone go in there and cut this person's head off. How the entire neighbor would say, oh, this beautiful person was so beautiful and nice. Lady D, a lot of us create a lot of things. And even don't sleep, that's the thing what people don't understand, that wickedness and evil don't sleep. They don't take vacation. They work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 24 hours. Some things will catch up with us early, and some things gonna catch up with us late. My grandmother always say, what a come you stand up, and what a go you run go look.
So,
All I can say for this poor person is, Lord, have mercy upon her soul. But
so
a
based
lot of
on
us
what
as
you...
human beings,
Based on what, if I may, based on what you just said, are you implying that she perhaps have done something, or somebody in her
we
family?
never know. That's what I'm saying. Because when you have an experience with human beings today in today's world, and see the things that they do, even though to other people, and they move on, they don't care, they move on. But these things come back to catch up with us. Unfortunately.
Okay, so I
And
hear
I'm
this.
speaking from a family experience also, when I see things come back to catch up on the family member. So unfortunately for this poor old lady, Lord have mercy upon her soul, and upon also who committed
The atrocious
the
act.
So you don't win in wickedness, you don't win. There is no win in wickedness. It's not right for him to come back and do that to her, or whatsoever was done before. It's not right anyway. But as I said, Lady D, that's how we have to live our life.
All
Our
right.
life.
Okay, let me take another call. Thank you, King. Thank you,
All right,
Hortense.
Queen, later.
All right, blessings. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D. How are you?
It's a good day, my yam lady.
I was trying to disguise, but I'm going to trick you one of these days.
I don't know. You have to go try very hard. So it go.
Oh, yeah?
I'm
Okay.
on it.
So how are you, Lady D?
I'm here with the news, but thankfully I'm well. I'm very well.
You know, Lady D, it is getting too much in Jamaica now. We know it everywhere, because
Yam lady, I hear my beautiful voice in the
hold
background.
on, let's turn this. It keeps going up and down.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
The first thing, we're going to say, we can say anything or whatever, but this revenge thing, it's time, put away revenge.
And we are
As
saying,
the gentleman said, you never know. Probably some family members, because that is what they're doing. If you cannot catch Kwaku, you catch him short.
so I am a person,
That's
even
how
even
it's going
even
on.
if that. So here how I approach a headline. I can presuppose the headline didn't disclose that. We know.
No, I know. I'm just.
Yes, I hear you, but I'm just saying, just putting it out there that
Yes.
the headline didn't indicate that it's a reprisal killing. We know reprisal killings exist. Right? We are more empathetic with the fact that one, she's of age, a certain age.
Yes, come on now, lady.
she's
Who
80.
would have the nerves to do that?
And it's not the
Look,
first a senior has been murdered like that. We know.
Look at this young guy. He's young. That there 2 weeks ago. What his name again? They call him the gang leader in Spanish Town.
Okay. Yes.
Look how many people he killed. Where that can be they identified these killing by name. 10 plus he his name is called and others, but that 10 they could identify him as the killer for 10 people.
What you have to remember, young lady, we have a very clannish setting. So, if it's my neighbor's son who is committing these level of atrocities, right? Atrocious acts. If it's my neighbor's son and he is known to be an unscrupulous human being, killing people, invariably do you find the neighbor going to go call the hotline because everybody's under siege? There is a certain modus operandi how these criminals work, how they inflict fear on communities. So you find that most people will know who doing what, but for fear of their lives, they don't say anything.
Yes. Oh yes, that
Right?
is a common assault.
Common assault. So if he could have been identified as killing 10 people, you don't know, say 500 people know already that it's him, until there is something like this that happened that caused him to be dead. Then you hear the others whispering.
The police, it was the police who killed him. I was in Jamaica when it happened. There the other day. And one was, the police shoot down one Friday night and one Saturday. I gave Mr. Hines, because I heard somebody calling, I was giving up, was saying something which wasn't that. So I dropped the paper off and give him to read. It is going from...
One moment,
from
please.
bad to worse.
One moment. Okay, they hung up. Yes. Continue, my love. Continue, yam lady.
The thing that bothers me, it's my taxpayer dollar. When they caught them, putting them there, because they should bring back him.
Well, that has been on,
They sit in
the
jail.
table.
They sit in jail and eat off the money that they should take and fix the hospitals and put some equipment in the hospitals. Those are the money they use to keep them in the jail cell. And they have in good times. They have cell phone and they have this until somebody catch up with them.
I got you. Stay on
In there.
Hold your thought. Don't go anywhere. Let me acknowledge our second caller. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know.
It's me, oh Lord.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, DL.
Thank you.
Standing in the need of prayer. He needs prayer.
Well, I can pray, so I don't have a problem. If somebody wants
Yes.
to pray, I can pray.
Yeah, he said it's me.
Hold on. So on your show, she's young lady, but on Mr. Iron show, she's Miss Maud.
Well, yeah, I don't call her Miss Maud. I've never called her Miss Maud.
Well, the voice, I'm like two people couldn't have such a distinct.
Yes, young
voice.
ladies, Miss Maud, same one. Good
Oh.
afternoon, DL. I'm not hearing you clear enough, sir. Speak up, please.
Yeah, you hear me clear enough? You hear me now?
A little better. Young ladies,
Okay.
way louder than you are.
Okay. Quickly, there's a time in Jamaica when three things, the only things here about Bamboo Center, and three things out there in rural, western St. Anne, going into Trelawney. Three things.
Namely?
Ganja, and sure enough, yam, yellow yam, good yellow yam, and sunbeam bus. Sunbeam bus. Those three things, because sunbeam bus is always laden with load on top. Yellow yam and ganja underneath it. Sunbeam bus was stopped just like when Air Jamaica used to go around Air Jamaica for carrying ganja. And to hear bamboo in this kind of situation, I said to myself, it's over.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants those places unless they look weed.
It's there's a change.
Because bamboo turned to now.
There's a change in some communities. They don't know what that is. They don't know what crime is until it happened in their community, and it's bothersome. It's distressing, man. No, I always say fine. So when we're having these discussions, because I always like to put that disclaimer out there, that when we're talking about Jamaica, yes, it's Jamaica, and we are concerned, and we discuss the headlines accordingly. But me can't dispute the fact that right here in this borough, in the tri-state, that some serious things happen. But because we're Jamaicans and we are dealing with Jamaican headlines, it's more alarming because we're far away. We know it's not the whole Jamaica dying off. People still living and doing them thing. But when you hear the kinds of murders, then you say, oh Lord, because you realize that the masterminds, they are more evil. It's almost like a little gunshot is not enough. One chop off finger is not enough. They have to murder a 80-year-old. I am not discussing whether or not it's reprisal. I do not know. That was not indicated in the headline. But I'm saying, if for an 80-year-old who they find partially nude, then what you were doing with her, and then you bound her up, and why?
Those are some real dirt bags.
Me telling you, hold your thought a moment.
Real
Welcome
dirt
to Keeping You in the Know. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Good afternoon.
It's Jenna Key. How
I
are
know.
you?
From I hear the later D, I know it's you. Welcome, Jack. I know you're from St. Anne.
Yes, I'm actually from the neighboring community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, when stuff like that happens in communities like those, it's quite alarming because it's like the biggest thing that happens in these communities. These are very laid-back farm communities, and people don't hear. Remember, in my community, it's going to be probably 2 years. It's creeping up to about a year and a half or 2 years now that some extended family got murdered, and that was the first murder that we know of in that community. Almost everybody in the household got murdered, and that was quite gruesome. And nobody could figure out what really happened. And, people speculate and say things.
Right.
And in this lady's case, when you speak to people from the communities or around the area, you hear that these things are like ongoing land fights or, that kind of stuff, land arguments. It's always something like that.
Okay.
So, like you said, we don't know exactly what happened or why it happened, but there's some link to that, according to people who are from the area.
Okay. Well,
So,
boy,
but
I
it's
tell
quite,
you.
regardless of what it is, it's quite sad.
Unnerving,
And,
man.
Yes, it is unnerving because now it's like it's in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
in your
remember
backyard,
that's why
like-
I can relate because I grew up in Pennants, spelled Pennants. And no, and seriously, what you would have in Pennants, people trace one another, right? Who throw water or take out chimney, or maybe one man chop one man, or something. Until the crawl incident came into being. We never had no police come up there like that, hunt for people. And, that was just not a thing.
Because there's just one police station that serves all that area that we're from, It serves Lilyfield, Bamboo, Kima, Free Hill, where I'm from. It's just one police station, which is in Bamboo, because these are small communities.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really need, and it's a small police station.
Mm-hmm.
So
Georgetown or
they don't
Speartown.
Right. Well, Speartown, at least they're right above St. Anne's Bay, so you have the big St. Anne's Bay police station. The Speartown is not far from.
Georgetown then, because there's always a mix of Georgetown. Yeah, very rural.
Yeah, it's not like they're very rural because it's Spring Hill and that area that lady is from. It's literally 7 miles from Prairie. You just turn up in the hill, 7 miles. When you're up there, you're looking down at the ocean. It's beautiful up there, beautiful, and it's cool. The weather is beautiful up there, and people have their farms and so on. But sometimes these young people who they just want property or they just want the material things.
Yes.
And you never know. I'm not saying it's a young person that did it. I don't even know. But I'm just saying it just seems like that.
No, man. It is.
According to what's being said.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this nice little oasis that opened some years ago. What is it called again?
Oh, Stush in the Bush?
Stush in the Bush.
Stush in the Bush is just right around the corner from my mother's house.
Yes.
That guy is somebody who comes to our house, somebody we know. So, these are close-knit, small communities. It's not in Bamboo. Stush in the Bush is really in Free Hill, but because Bamboo is the known town, that's why everybody just say up there is Bamboo. It's not Bamboo, it's Free Hill.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when, I'm from rural St. Catherine, so I'm not going to pretend. And the only time you find gunmen come there is when I'm run from Kingston, from hideout.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now they're from the community.
Yes. So my hideout, I have to send flying squad for them.
Yes.
Yeah, people
well,
leave them underneath them flowers, but people can't do that no more.
Yes. And the thing is, we are not there. We don't reside there. A lot of us are able to relate to what we know worked in the past. For example, they had community watch, where residents would actually take turns and sit up at night and watch their communities.
Yeah, neighborhood watch.
But now, most people are not even if something like that is being discussed, I'm not sure how many people are volunteering to do that, to ensure that their communities are safe.
But why is cut last? Because that could endanger life. Too.
That's right.
Which is an abundance of guns around, and these trigger happy youngsters, and then see them shoot you on, without no regard.
Yeah, for no, and I have no feeling behind it. They just do.
Not at all.
Yes, they're incensed, man.
Cut of a high.
They're incensed. Well,
different breed now.
Different breed. We have to just keep hoping and praying. The armed forces are trying. Because you cannot, no matter what we think, cannot have the numbers of members from the police force and even the army to just be randomly sending them out. You have to be strategic. Sometimes they get a tip, right? Sometimes they get tips. They're able to go in and conduct raids and things like that. Yeah. But there's nowhere you're going to find enough police to... I'm telling you,
right now,
the moving parts are many.
Remember, amidst all that's going on, you might hear about these random killings. It might sound like a lot, but in some of these communities, they've never seen that. It's the first something might happen. And then amidst all that, remember, we have young girls being kidnapped. And, and the police have to be on that too. So they have quite a bit dealing with.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Bamboo Central, my goodness. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. I have to believe it.
And then here is this one now who he got murdered at his pre-birthday party. That's in Westmoreland. That happened on Friday. Because he was previously reported as raping a young girl, but she was so traumatized, her family moved her out of the country. So nothing never really come of the case. Nothing never come of it. What bothered me, though, is as I read it, I realized that it seemed he carried out the act while the party was going on, pulled her behind a house. So I'm like...
That's a recent news?
Yes, this is dated the 6th.
Oh.
Yeah, so what they're saying is that now, fine, he wasn't charged or anything, but now he's dead, pretty much. That's what the headline is saying.
The citizens, they're going to do the vigilante justice thing. They're going to take it in hand if nobody will.
No. So that's what I'm saying. But he was wanted by the police, allegedly raping the girl at the time. But now he was having pre-birthday party and somebody rode up on a motorcycle, just walk up into the space and shoot him. So these things come back to haunt you.
Lady D.
Yes, hold on, Jack. Hold on, Jack. Yes, lady.
First time, when things like those happen, and they forget. But now, even a year from the incident, and when you think it's all forgotten, they are coming back for you. And that is what is going on.
So you think they come for him?
Both in the schools, adults, and all over. And my last intake to you is what I would like to see, because wherever I go, Jamaica will always be my home.
Yes.
And we have to start to get to the government. There are lots more that they can do for the people living out there that, we cannot do it for them. But with us behind the back, like Picheri in the back, we'll get some, and prior, we will have something done.
So
we'll talk, Lady D.
No problem, and I'll just respond as you're leaving the conversation. But the Jamaica Diaspora Council here in the Northeast, in Jamaica, they have the Council of Churches. They plan annually prayer vigils. They have prayer staged in different parts of the country, primarily halfway tree, where ministers and everybody you know who is of the cloth and residents of communities across these parishes assemble and pray for a myriad of things that are all relatable to everybody. We share commonality with them. They are praying and they are praying. In Jamaica, the Jamaica Diaspora Council, they are advocating for so many things. And in Jamaica, there are people who are making their voices heard.
Yeah.
So, it is just that lawlessness for many is the hallmark of the day. They will not care. They don't care if you're praying. They don't care if there's a police station because they have gone in and shoot a police station with police in there. So it's not for the lack of people not being empathetic toward what is taking place in the country. It's not that.
And may I say something quickly? So, what could the government have done in a situation like that?
Nothing.
For the lady?
Not a thing.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
These are just people who decide to go do what they do.
Well, one of the things that we would like them to do is to curb the entry of guns that's coming into the country illegally. That's the thing that they need to. That's the thing. That's the part that they need to, place a lot of emphasis on.
Well,
because the militarian call for the longest while. The militarian call from the longest time, and nothing undone.
But if you have
police can't stop every crime.
No,
it's absolutely impossible.
Indeed,
especially in certain nook and cranny. So.
We need to start drilling the young kids, making sure that they're coming out of their homes to go to school, and drilling it in them from early about neighborly behavior. Not being inclined to go pick up a gun or joining a gang or something like that. Those things need to begin from early, because a lot of them are not even getting this kind of teaching at home.
No, and that's it. How people are socialized, have a lot to do with what they do.
Yes.
So if I'm in a community and all I know is bad man and bad woman and people cussing and carrying on, invariably, if a child stands up and if a child hearing that day in, day out, and they go to school and they react to something that is either said or done to them, they're going to do the very same thing that they hear and know. They don't know anything else. How we are socialized, it's a problem. It's a problem, man. Because if you have children as young as 4 and 3 who can just tell you what they feel to tell you, and a bag of expletives behind it, why you think? Yes, it's a very crude part of our society. But police
and the next thing again, sorry, Lady D, I'm still here. And the next thing again, they need more cameras. They need more cameras on the streets.
Well, this morning I heard...
Because a lot of what is going on, they could, solve it much easier, quicker. They need more cameras on the street.
Yeah. Let me acknowledge a caller. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know.
Okay, I'm going to hop off.
That's okay. Thanks, Jack. Good afternoon.
So somebody else can speak.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I was just calling back.
Yes, MS.
So, respond to the gentleman who was shot by the man who got off the bike and went and got him. No, listen, the story is he went and raped this young girl, an 18-year-old. And now he's back celebrating his birthday. Didn't he know that sooner or later somebody would respond to his negativity?
No, I guess since the incident happened and he was like just there and untouchable, maybe him just think, oh, either they forget or they're afraid.
Yeah, but family, you bet that person who shot him might have been paid by a family member to do that job.
Mm-hmm.
You bet it's something like that happened. And every day you turn on the RJR radio, like on my Echo Dot.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you turn it on, you hear another bad piece of crime.
Yes.
It happens almost every day.
Every day. Mm-hmm. But yes, I agree that as Abdullah is here saying, high tech would find the criminals today. High tech would find. One moment, let me read it properly.
Yeah, Lady D is talking about the cameras. That may help also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jackie was talking about the cameras or Yam Lady, one out of the two. But yes, because it was, I think this morning, Mark Shields, he now is spearheading one of those high-tech security features that they're going to be implementing in certain places, and it will be able to detect just about anything. So
well, they have to do something. I don't say they'll succeed all the way.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
Something.
But it's interesting. I know we can't compare a third world to a first world, but I'm always amazed because yes, we have cameras even where people forget that we have them here in this country. And so even if you go into a deli and rob it, or you're running down somebody on the street, what have you, cameras are situated in multiple areas, even in one vicinity. So whether it's from frontal view, back, side, what have you, they're going to see you. And if you notice, most times you get a televised thing which says, here is this man in rob a jewelry store. You see his face come up nice because he was just positioned badly. And so they find him. By day 2 or 3, the headline come out that he's apprehended. All because of the efficiency of the system.
Yeah, once you have a piece of equipment that can pick up his image, you stand a much better chance of capturing him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's where we are hoping to get.
Yeah.
That's where we are hoping to get. Thank you.
I just needed to make that comment.
Appreciate it, MS. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, guess what? We continue to trust and hope that our nation will be one that's crime-free. Recently, someone had asked that question, if we think that we can ever be that way. And we wish and hope. But until then, people shouldn't put their lives on hold simply because of the nature of the crimes, the frequency, the consistency, you name it. How strategic murderers are. We shouldn't put our lives on hold and not live. And that's what people in Jamaica are doing. Spanish Town under siege, people still have to go to work. Some went to work, you're going, but you're looking and listening if you're going to hear gunshots. All of that. We don't know, some of us, what it is like to live like that. But they have to endure it and to survive, and their children have to go to school. And if your children are being raised in that environment, what do you think? If a little 2-year-old, if you say something to a little 2-year-old, even at 1, and they hold up 2 fingers like the image of a weapon and say, pie, pie at you, why you think it's either TV or they see or hear. It starts that early. Starts that early. And so I'm hoping that, we'll get better. But, sometimes it's going to be worse. And that's the reality. That's the reality of the life in which we live. But guess what? I appreciate the conversations, how you were so engaging. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling in and being a part of the show today. Andrea says the heart has gotten really cold. Yes, people are cold badly. Whether or not we have reprisal killings, it shouldn't happen. You know, it shouldn't happen. That's where the spirit of forgiveness comes in. But some people, they're not God. They will tell you, them are not God. They're not going to forget. And if they want to do you harm, they'll do you harm. But hey, I like to use the term, we keep moving. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. It's 2 minutes to 7 o'clock. Man, we are chat so much, but I appreciate it. That's how I love when you call me and we have, intelligent conversations. So I thank you so much for being a part of the Monday Drive today, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And to my caller, I'm just going to give you quickly, 1 minute.
That, you comment that someone said, the youth them get so cold that earlier when I was gonna mention that song, this reggae song that things are getting hot.
Yes.
And the youth them get so cold.
Yeah.
And you know how long ago that was.
Yes.
And that song was sung about how cold the youths are. And it continues. Cold, hard, bloodthirsty. Yeah. Cold, hard.
I tell you.
Okay. By the way, in penance, you say you come go up. I was thinking that we are from another P point till, because I'm always up. When time comes, I say, I go down on my yard. I go down yard.
Yes. and those of us who live up on a terrain, so we go up.
Yeah, but I'm always, I'm always up. So I go down.
Yeah, go down.
Or if I'm next door, I go over my yard, yeah.
Right. And if you live around another section, you say you can go around. No.
You can go around, yeah. Yes, I know
Right.
come go around.
So everything was positional wherever you are. Lordy Jesus, I tell you. Well, thank you. Oh dear. Nice. So I'm gonna schedule. I'm gonna schedule one of the Mondays, and we just talk about these things, because I tell you, and we know exactly what we mean when we say it, right? But thank you. All right, dear. Blessings. Me a go on up. Blessings, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm so sorry about weekend. What kind of weekend, Lady D? Thank you for tuning in, and I am gonna say go on up. No.
Give them the key or set them free. In the streets it's getting hot, and the youths them I get so cold. Searching for food for the pot, where they do anything to fill that gap. In the streets it's getting hot.
So that's how. This is how I'm gonna go now. So me a come go on round, cause me not up no hill, right? So me a come go round now. Blessings, everybody. Thank you so much. Bishop Isaacs comes up next.
To find a better way, cause when me looking at Babylon, me see a fearful play. I saw the Gideon say, yeah. Our nation come together, know the King Selassie has the truth and the light and the way. Teach the people, lead them in the right way.
not satisfied, but you can't find good help? Well, look no further. Quicklink Construction is a licensed general construction company that's fully insured for the 5 boroughs and Westchester. A one-stop construction company that will cater to your needs. Experience is what counts in this business, and we have the experience for more than 35 years. So if you need a paint job, call us. If the roof is talking to you, call us. If your garage won't open, call us. If you need a new paint job, call us. If you try to do the work yourself and your wife won't talk to you, call us. 914-665-0106. Quicklink Construction. No job too big, no job too small. Just call us. 914-665-0106. 914-665-0106. We have the experience. Quicklink Construction.
It's Jamaica's 62nd Independence Cruise and Genesis Restaurant's 27th anniversary celebration. Sunday, August 4th, aboard the Cornucopia Luxury Cruise Line, departing Pier 36, 299 South Street, New York, New York. Wear out your Jamaican colors and have your chance to win a trip for 2 to Jamaica. Boarding time is 5 p.m. sharp. Departing Pier 36, 299 South Street, New York, New York. Early bird tickets are $120 and available in Queens at Genesis One Restaurant, in Brooklyn, Topaz Restaurant, in Long Island at Sam's Caribbean Market, in the Bronx at People's Choice Furniture, ticket delivery with Oxtail and Iredale. Bus leaves Queens and the Bronx at 4 p.m. Don't miss it as we celebrate Jamaica in a big way. For more info, call 718-739-8443 or 917-335.
Lovebird Records presents the newly released tribute album from Keith Cole entitled Rock With Me.
Rock with me, baby. Rock with me, baby.
It's 13 tracks, including the astute cover of Delroy Wilson's Who Cares?
Who cares? Who is right or wrong? Right.
Keith Cole also sings homage to Jabi Bunny Wailer.
How does it feel to have been on the ballroom floor?
This newly released 13-track tribute album is readily available in record stores and on all digital platforms. It's the brand new album Rock With Me from Keith Cole. Pick up a copy today and help play tribute to these icons in reggae music.
Rock with me, baby. Rock with me, baby.
Yeah. Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Dine-in or takeout available. Call us 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. We're open Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Sundays, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. On Fridays and Saturdays, our seafood weekend starts from 11 o'clock. Check out our extensive breakfast and lunch menu. For breakfast, we have ackee and saltfish, corned beef and cabbage, callaloo and saltfish, corned beef and macaroni, liver or kidney, curry chicken back, brown stew chicken back, cook up saltfish, salt mackerel. Also check out our lunch specials: oxtail, cow foot, stew pork, tripe and beans, stew peas, jerk pork, jerk chicken, fried chicken, stew chicken, barbecue ribs, curry chicken, curry goats, pepper steak, escovitch fish, brown stew fish, and roast fish, jerk pork with bread, jerk chicken with bread. Plus, we have catering services available. Call us 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. We also have delivery services with Uber and DoorDash. Check us out on Instagram at CB_Jerk Center. Call us 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon,
New York. I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do delivery from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have the most Jamaican flavors: grape nut, pistachio grape nut, rum and raisin, Jamaican rum and raisin, sour milk ice cream, sugar-free ice cream, stout ice cream cake, peach grape nut, and more. Also check out Papa Deli's right next door. When you talk about jerk chicken, jerk pork,
roast fish, fried fish, and roast corn. Contact you at 914-699-0145. Also check out our juice bar with our smoothies, boosters, mash, and therapy juices. 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Ice cream, jerk chicken, roast fish and corn, and over them gone.